Ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Stroud to throw again on second. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Looking for a pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Stroud off the play fake. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for this. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Mixon will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans finish off an excellent opening series. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Going play action, Tagovailoa. His first throw is an interception. The Clemson rookie has it. And the Texans are going to have it after his second interception of the season. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did the homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
On play action, here's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Ka'imi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Everly's kick is good. And that will add to their score.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Tua. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Tua off the play fake. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Christian Harris on the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 now. He's got Smith. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Running with Achane out of the gun. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. They just get the play on. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Texans come through with a big play to close out our opening quarter. We're through one quarter of this opening. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They take over just shy of midfield. First down, Stroud.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down. They're going play action. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He's stopped inside the 10. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Tua out of the pistol. The Texans close it in, and they will get him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. That's Smith on the slant.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun now for Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 42. Completed over the middle. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Texans pushing for points. They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohou. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up.
Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Dolphins cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. Tyreek Hill deep for the Dolphins. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. 1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Completed left side to Smith. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, here's Tua. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's back to throw. Completes this one to Hill. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Aubrey puts it through. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's A-Chain running right. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Time by Danico Autry. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 30 on 2nd down. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That one goes for 25 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He cuts it to the right sideline. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Stopped by Chop Robinson. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They're on the draw with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the play, and now they've got 4th down and 6. Everly's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Throwing on third, Tagovailoa. Wright reels it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. They'll cobble together a yard there. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. We've reached the end of 3, and oh. Third and just 2 to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Throw for right finds Waddle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Looking to throw. It is cut left side. It's a gain of 22. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Finding Collins. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Texans holding on to a field goal lead. A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They give it to him again. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Try him left side. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Back to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Here he is to throw. folks. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. And the Texans make the play that should win them this game. The fourth down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
The Texans only moments away from finalizing their win as they take a knee. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After one final kneel-down, partner, and this should do it. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Texans come away with a road win. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.